Hello, hello. Welcome to another What's New This Week. Today's February 5th, 2026, and I have a whole cart full of fun things to share. We'll just wait and see if anybody joins in the fun. It's been a struggle to get here this week, which I find very frustrating because I always like to do lives. And there was just other things that were on my list that needed my attention, so I had to focus on that. And here I am. Hello, hello. Nice to see you guys all here. Thanks for coming by. So whether you're watching this live, which is right now, or whether you are visiting later on replay, it does not matter. The only thing that it will matter for is our draw, which we will talk about at the end. Tracy says the sun is shining in Ottawa. Well, it has been peeking through periodically today. I thought I was going to have to close my blinds for my live, but the sun went behind the clouds. So I think I'm going to be okay. But yes, it is nice to see the sun. I think we're supposed to get snow tomorrow, but that's okay. Oh, Wendy got some happy mail today. Nice. I think we just packed up your box yesterday. It's great that the couriers are moving things along very, very quickly. So Soram's marking math in her classroom. Well, hopefully this makes it a little bit more fun. I never enjoyed math, so. Okay, well, we're going to get started. We're going to focus on two companies today. One is Tailored Expressions, and the other one is Concord and Ninth. And then I have some inspiration to share. We're going to do a draw. And yeah, I couldn't bring everything home. The girls were still unpacking as well as I don't want my live to be 4 hours long. So I'm going to do it in little chunks. So I'm just going to plug along and show you some things. Some I will have live samples for, and some I will have to show slides. But either way, it will give you some inspiration, and you'll know what these great products will do. So I'm going to get started. So this is a restock. So this is the Mini Slim Petite Scallop Stacklet. So this is a very well-used die in my craft room when I make mini slim cards. As you can see right here, I have some samples. I almost always create layers, like panel layers when I create cards. And I love to be able to add different textures and switch up what I'm doing. So, Olivia says hi. So Olivia is my 3-year-old granddaughter. So she is watching the live and she says, hi, Nana. Hi, Livy. So you can see the yellow in the background there. That is this petite scallop. And that is the size of a mini slim card. So there are a few layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 5 layers in here. Oh, yes, it says it right on there. So you can go smaller so you don't have to go out this far. It's a great spot to put a nice focal sentiment too if you want to use the smaller sizes. So lots of great things. You could use some of the longer rectangular ones for bookmarks or tags. You could fold it in half and make a mini card. So there's lots and lots of options with these types of dies and the smaller sizes. So this is just showing you the regular way to use it. And I just wanted to pull out a couple of different options so you could see. So here's one with just the scallop on its own. And this one has a panel layered over top. Same with this one here. So there's just 3 different cards using that mini slim option. So that is what that looks like. I'll just set that aside. And then next up, we have the squiggle stacklet. So this is fast becoming one of my favorites to use. At first, I thought it was like really playful looking, which is not bad. But I really love how elegant it looks with more serious themed products. So I was really surprised, and I like how you can cut your layering mat that goes on top of it fairly close to the edge, and it just gives a really, really nice look. So I started using these in my lives, and then we kept selling out. So we did get a restock on them, and there are 7 dies in here. They come with the magnetic sheet, and again, they all have that squiggle pattern on them, which is really cool. Doesn't it look great? I know it's deceiving when you see it like this. I didn't think it would be quite like it is when you actually use it, but isn't that beautiful? And I mean, I make a lot of cards, as I'm sure most of you do as well. And it's nice to have a few different options for your mats, because using the same old stitched rectangles all the time, not that that's not great because it is a classic, but to have a few different options of things that are different than just a stitched rectangle or a scalloped rectangle. It's just fun to have some other things. So it's pretty cool. I really love the way that it looks. And like, this is not a cutesy card or a playful card. Well, it's nice, but I mean, it's kind of a grown-up card, and I think it looks really good. So that is restocked. Those are called the squiggle stacklets. And then a new one to the lineup is the A2 large scalloped stacklets. So we have used a chunky scallop several times, and it's from the All Planned Out 2 set from Tailored Expressions, and everybody loves it. It does have stitching. These ones do not, but they came out with just a chunky scallop. So I'm just going to pull my slide up here because I want to show you what that looks like. I'm just going to switch my view. So here's a card with the chunky scallop. That's this one. Now you do see some stitching on here, but that is added after. And I will show you the product that they use for that. But this is the large scalloped stacklet. So it's brand new. And there are 4 dies in here. So the largest one will be the one that goes shown on this card here, that goes towards the outside of your card. And then they get gradually smaller. So the X's that you see on this card here, those are from this product. It's the cross-stitched rectangle stacklets. We are currently sold out, but we have ordered more. So this is a set of dies that you can just add this detail on. So if you cut out, just even with your trimmer, a rectangle, you can lay this over top, and it will just put the X's in your die, or sorry, your panel, because it's just a detail die. It's not an actual cutting die. So I'll just back up the slide here so you can see that again. So the stitching that you see on here are little X's, and it does not come in this. You have to add it by adding this die. So if you have your notebooks out, you can write that in there and keep an eye out for that, because that is coming back. Or you can email us and we'll let you know when it arrives. Monica says she loves the birds. Yes, this is an older set of theirs. I don't remember what it's called. We can order it, but I was showing you the scallops. So, okay, so next up, we have new products that are from the Postmarked collection. So this first came out at Christmas. They had a Christmas version, but now they came out with a love/Valentine's version. So this is the embossing folder with a matching stencil. So you can use them separately. So you can just use the embossing folder and just use the stencil. But combined together, you get the stencil look with texture with the embossing folder. It's a 3D one, so it's really nice. And there is also a foil panel that goes with it. Now, some of you may discount the foil panels if you don't foil, but I will say what the foil panels do offer are the black lines, which look like stamped lines to your designs. So if you're just using the stencil, or if you're using the stencil and embossing folder together, this does add detail that you don't get when you don't use the foil panels. So whether you foil or not, because that is an option with the foil panels, you don't have to foil. There are 3 different designs. So it adds the black feature 3 different ways. And then you get 4 of each of these panels. So I'm just going to show you a couple samples. So this is the stencil and embossing folder together. And then this is just the, oh, this one might be foiled. I can't really tell, but you can see the little love postage stamp at the top. It has the dark edge. I think that they've used foil on this, but it would be black. And this shows that you can actually cut out the postage elements as well if you purchase the cutting plate. So with the Christmas one that they came out with, we bundled the cutting plate together because it didn't make sense to sell it separately. It only worked with those products. So this is now available separately so that if you didn't buy the Christmas one, but you want to buy the Valentine's one, you can, or if you already own the plate, you don't have to buy it again. So they are all separate products now. And this plate will cut out your stenciled panels. Once you stencil them all out, you lay the plate over top and then you cut them all out. And then you get little individual postage stamps. Aren't they adorable? So if I show you, well, I can not really show, but some of them are little postcards. Like this one has like a postcard with a heart and a strawberry on it. I mean, that doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. This one would be really cute for wedding. It's got the 2 wine glasses with a heart in the middle. You've got some just hearts. You've got just some that are just envelopes. So there's longevity to this beyond Valentine's Day. So it's kind of a cool set. And then I am going to show you, do I have another sample? I don't think so. No. Now I'm going to show you before I show you that, there is a stamp set that they came out with too for Valentine's Day. It's called Postmarked Forever. And these are just little greetings that you can use along with the set or anything else. Sending love, be mine. You've got mail and it's filled with love. I love that. I love the you've got mail. Oh my gosh, I could use that on so many things. Hugs and kisses. Our love is postmarked forever. Your first class, no postage due. And then a happy Valentine's Day one. So they're really cute little sentiments that you can use with the postage and also without. And there are matching dies for all of those too. And a really cute font. So what's Amanda saying? I've used foil panels many times and haven't foiled. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So they are basically in place of a stamp. So you can use them either way. And this is the Christmas version. We did bring a few more of these in because again, people don't always make their Christmas cards at Christmas time. And the postage thing is just so hot right now. It just seems to sell all year round. And again, this one has some things in it that might not be just for Christmas. Like we've got the mitten, so that could be winter. You've got gifts. So depending on the color that you do, that could be presents for birthdays. What else do we have going on? We have some plain envelopes, but they have little Christmas trees on them. So there are a few elements on here that you can use for things other than Christmas, but it is very Christmas themed. And then there's the matching stencil that goes with it. And then that cutting plate will work for this one too. So the designs are laid out the same. The images are just a little different. So they're very, very cute. So many fun things you can do with them. Okay. And there's another sample using the postage for Christmas. You could do a similar idea for Valentine's Day or using the love one, where you actually make like a little postcard and then you use the little pieces cut out as postage stamps. So tons of fun things you can do with it for sure. Okay, so that's it for that. And then we have, we're going to get rid of our slideshow for a second, actually, because I have a few products that don't require slides. And they are this sentiment set here. This is a reorder. We've had this one in before, but because Valentine's Day was coming up, it's nice to have a variety to choose from. But what I love about this is that, first of all, you're given a set that has different fonts within the same set. And I don't mean like, typed and then a different font here. I mean like there's scripty ones and then there's sort of, I'll call them block letters. So you've got things like with love, sending hugs, I love you with all my hearts, XOXO, and happy Valentine's Day. But then you also have happy anniversary. Look at that. That's really cool. And then love you and be mine. And I love the way that these stamps string out on the ends. So that is really cool. And then there is a die for all of them. So you can kind of see how they look when they're cut out. So it's a really nice one. And again, it does have Valentine's Day. But XOXO can be used for lots of things. Same thing with love and sending hugs. And then the love you and the happy anniversary are great additions as well. So that is a reorder. And then we also reordered, because it sold out so fast, this one here. This is the Today and Always stamp set. So it is designed as a wedding sentiment. Really, there's 4 different stamps and they're kind of like vertical. They're large, so they can be a focal point on your cards. And then Amanda had made up a few samples, which I'm going to bring back in and just show you. So here you can see that she has embossed this with silver embossing powder and made it the focal point of the front of her card. So there is a a vellum piece in the background here that overlays some cardstock. And then she's got her panel, and then she just added some butterflies, and you've got a beautiful wedding card. So you don't have to always have a bride and a groom, or, you know, a wedding cake or the rings. You can make, we talked about this on Sunday night, you can make cards out of non-themed products for themed events. And the sentiment would make it your themed event. So there's that one. And then there's also this one here. Again, this one is heat embossed in gold, just off to the side. And then she's got an overlay on this side. And again, a beautiful wedding sentiment for a card. So that is back in stock because a lot of people really loved that set. And then we did our calendar series layout for December. And I'm going to pull my album up here. Ugh. I just want to say that my album is complete now, completely completed. All 12 months are finished, even the title page, but I can't show you that yet. Whoops, that's an extra page. And this is the layout. I'm just going to get this on here. I know it's hard to get the whole album, but this number set, it is called Just a Number. And it is the numbers. And then there's also shadow dies for all the numbers as well. And we had to do a pre-order when we did the calendar release. All those pre-orders have been filled, and I've ordered in extra. Anybody watching that does our calendar series, I will be using this number set on our title page. So if you've been on the fence about it, you should jump off and just get it, because it's pretty cool. And I have used it a lot for cards. It's a great way to personalize something like an anniversary or a birthday, those milestone things. It's a nice standard text, font is what I'm trying to say. It gives you the THSTNDRD option. And it does give you the shadow option. So you can use the front numbers or the back numbers, or you can combine them. So it gives you lots of options. Shelby is commenting as two scrapbook friends, and she said she got off the fence today and she bought them. But there it is as an element on a scrapbook layout. I went through my card bin quickly and I couldn't find anything where I had used it on a card recently. So I don't have a card to show you. But if you tune in for our calendar release in January, which I don't have a date for yet, but we will announce that soon, you'll be able to see it used in action again, because I'm going to be showcasing that. Oh, sorry, I got to close this big book up here. It's hard to do when your camera is zoomed in so far. Okay, so that's that. So the Just a Number have been restocked for now, and we are watching these items closely. So if we have to put in more orders, we will. Okay, and then we also restocked some of the Mega Messages dies from Spellbinders. These are very popular. We all love those large words as part of our greeting or card design. And we restocked the thanks, and the thanks comes with the thanks word all joined together. And then there's also a shadow. So that is a fun one. And then we've got hugs and we've got congrats. So those three have been restocked and are available again. I think we have others in stock as well, but those are the ones that we just restocked. Now, speaking of those cards, here's one, or those Mega Messages. Here's a card using the You're the Best Mega Message. So you can kind of see what they look like when you use the shadow die. So this one, the shadow die was used to cut a window in the front of the card, and then the text was nested in there. But you can see how they take up a nice chunk of your card, or at least make a bold statement. You can obviously add other things, even sub-sentiments to go along with them. But they're very popular. People really love the large words. So that segues into our next, our next showcase of products that we've restocked. So Sunday night, I did a live where I created a card. Here, I'll grab it. A card out of non-themed products, and I made a themed card. And I was talking about adding little bits of things that you may have in your stash to make it themed, but the general products that you use are not. So the envelopes I used are not themed. The note set that I used, the embossing folder, the dies, all that. I just happened to find a small die that had a shamrock on it, and a little rainbow one. And then I searched through sentiments and I found something that I could piece together to make a St. Patrick's Day sentiment. So it worked out really well. And one of the products we talked a lot about were these little bits sets from Tailored Expressions. I didn't even know I was going to create that live on Sunday. And I had already ordered these things in. So the timing of it is kind of good. So this is the Little Bits hearts, and they're just tiny dies. But to have these little things in your stash is really helpful when you want to add a little something or sometimes make something a little bit themed. You don't necessarily want to invest a lot of money in certain things like shamrocks and stuff like that because they're very specific. So it's nice to have these little bits coming into your stash. So we've got Little Bits hearts and Little Bits stars. So cute little die, make some stars. There's even one for tools. And on the back here, you get these little tool sets. So again, if you wanted to make something where you had tools as an accent, you might think, well, gosh, I don't even have anything with tools. Well, you know, a very minimal investment and you can have a little die set that has tools on it. This one's really cute. This is mini bows. So look at these cute little bows. And they're all in different styles. And you can cut them out of any color and you can add bows to all kinds of things. So I love that option. And then we have our sports ones that I've restocked as well. So this is the Little Bits pickleball. Again, you probably don't want a whole lineup of product that is pickleball related, but maybe you have friends that play pickleball and you want to have a couple of themed elements that you can send cards to them, you know, and make them a little bit themed. Here's your golf. And I just showed that set here with the golf club and the tee. So that's a really fun one to kind of have on hand. This is the baseball one. So we've got a baseball card here. So you can see just by adding a couple little elements, all of a sudden you have a very themed card. And then of course, hockey. Here's another one that's just got some of the other elements on there. But hockey, I mean, we're Canadian. A lot of kids play hockey in the wintertime. To make kids' birthday cards and things like that. It's fun to have little elements like that. If you scrapbook and you want to make hockey pages, it's always a great idea to have these little elements on hand. So that then brings us to the next set of dies that we restocked. And that is the MVP stamp and die set. Actually, this is, sorry, I lied. This is the Perfect Pennant Dad set, but it has the Your MVP and Your Number One stamp sets in here. So there's a matching die. And so you've got the little cup. You've got some hearts and stars in there to add in as dies as well. And then we also brought back the Perfect Pennants because this has been a very popular set as well. Very non-themed. So you can really bring lots of themes in with this. So in other words, these can be birthday pennants. They can be sports pennants. They can be banners for, you know, showers and all kinds of fun things. So we do have a couple of cards here. It was released with Father's Day and sports products, so they are themed that way. But you can kind of see how those pennants look. And if you turn it this way, you can see how they can be banner pieces. Okay. And there's the Your Number One, You're the Best, and Happy Father's Day. Those are from that stamp set. Here's a great hockey card. Like, what? And I mean, an element like this on a scrapbook layout is amazing. You know, people pay lots of money to buy ephemera and things like that, sticker sheets and so on, but you could make these elements over and over again just by having the die set. Okay, what are we saying here? Just got home so late to the party. You're not too late. We're only 23 minutes in, so I've still got lots to share. So that's the hockey cards that we have shown in the past, but really fun. And you can like cut the skate blades out of metallic paper. And, you know, if there's the little stars that come with that sentiment set that you can add in, or you can buy the little bits ones and add the stars in. So lots of ways to embellish with these little dies. So they're a lot of fun. Oh, I just wanted to mention too, this background stamp. It says nothing. It's called Nothing But Net. That's been reordered as well. So that'll be back in stock soon. So those are all really fun products that have resurfaced just because we always talk about them. And then I did do a live on a Sunday night where I made pet sympathy cards, and I debuted this set. It's not new. We've had it several times before, but we were working on sympathy cards, and a lot of people said they don't really have pet stamps. So this is a really cute one, and it's a stamp and die combo. So you get the 3 dies that cut out the different cats, and then you get these greetings as well that you can use, and it's really cute. So we had a number of people order them when I showed it, and we filled all those orders now. So we have a few left over in our inventory. So if you are looking for a really cute cat set, definitely check this one out. I love this one right here. And I mean, it's showing as an orange cat, but you can color that any color you want. So if you want a black and white cat or anything like that, you can go ahead and color them up any way you want. So that has been restocked. Okay, now we're going to go back to our slides. Pull that back up. And we're going to talk about the all planned out dies. So Sunday night I used all planned out 2, and that is what gave me the scallop background here, because that one has the stitching. I used something else from this one too. What was that? Oh, I cut out some sentiment strips, but I didn't use them on this card. But anyways, that sold out, and we've reordered that. But in the meantime, some of the other ones came in, and this is the all planned out 3. So these are designed to be like basic dies. Kind of think of them like Gina K's master layouts, where they just have basics that you can build cards with. So this one's really nice because it has the angled scalloped piece with the detail on it. And then this piece layers on top of that to give you a look that this card has here. And then there's the hello that they use on there. And they even have some little buttons that you can cut out of cardstock and create an embellishment with that. So that is what that card is showing there. So just some basics. You don't have to use them all together. You can mix them and match them with other things that you may have in your stash, but they are fun to have around. And this is one of their newest ones. It's the all planned out 4. It does have a stitched rectangle, and then it has this chunky scalloped square. So squares are something that people don't often buy to have in their stash, but every once in a while, it's kind of nice to change things up, or you think, oh gosh, I wish I had a square. So you get the chunky scallop. They have a square that you can cut out and layer on top of that. And then they have the 3 little tags and then some strip dies. So lots of good embellishments in here to use with other things that you may have. And a lot of them will layer together because they're just slightly bigger or smaller. So it's a great way to check that out. So those are 2 of the planned out series that arrived. And the number 2 one is, it'll be en route soon. And then a big restock on this favorite. I'm going to add this stamp set to Carolyn's favorite section on the online store because I do use this one a lot. And it is a staple that can be used for scrapbooking or for card making. And it's a good way to create a little bit of texture on your background. It can be very subtle or bold, depending on what you're doing. And here is a card example where I used it over top of a stenciled image, and I used white pigment ink to add the detail on that. And I love this technique. I just had my calendar album up here, and I've used that script stamp on several of the layouts. So many of our calendar series customers have purchased that already, and we just keep ordering it because it just keeps selling. There is a text one, a typed text one that is called Weathered Words, and that one has been out of stock for a little bit, so we're on the notify list for that. So as soon as it becomes available, that will also come back in stock. But it is a really good one, and it is a 6x6 stamp, but you don't have to stamp a whole panel. You can stamp over smaller pieces, and you can also just ink it up and use your hands to like put it down on larger pieces of paper as well. It's just such a fun one to play with. So that has been restocked. I don't think we'll sell out of that anytime soon because we got lots. All right, next up, we're going to talk about, there's that square from that all planned out. I didn't advance my slide. That's the square from this one here. Remember I told you about the chunky scallop? So that's that one. Okay, now we're going to talk about new products that have arrived. The Rip Strip Border die and the Snarky Sentiment Duo stamp set. So this is fun. A while back, now I'm talking years and years, I'm pretty sure it was My Favorite Things that came out with a rip strip option for their cards. And it was really popular. And then we haven't seen anything like it since. My Favorite Things is no longer in business, and that product had been discontinued. So we couldn't really order anything. But this is really cool. And they made it long so that you can use it vertically or horizontally on stuff. And it's basically like a panel that you can die cut into your card, and then you can actually rip it open. So they came out with a stamp set that's really cute too. And they're called duos because they're meant to kind of go together. And so down here at the bottom, it says age is just a number. And then underneath the rip strip, you could say, in your case, a really big one. So like when they rip it open, it reveals more stuff. So you can rip open to a little pocket that's under there. You can rip open to, a sentiment of some kind, anything like that. And this card just kind of shows you that, I don't know how well you can see it, but they've got the rip strip kind of embedded in there, and then you can rip back that panel, and underneath there'll be another sentiment. So it's kind of a fun little interactive element that you can add. But there's a number of different snarky sayings on here. And then they also have a stamp that says tear, pull, and rip. So those are small stamps that are offered in this set as well. So that is new. Excuse me. And then we have, now this is already selling really fast, so we are reordering this, but this is the On the Curve track die set. So these are several different dies that create a track that will allow movement on your cards. So, and they have them in different configurations. So like, things can like drive down a road or spin around in a circle, that kind of thing. And then they have on the right track spinners and sliders. So this is the mechanism that you would stick to whatever it is you want to move. So if you're looking at this card here, that that star that is shown on there can go around that track and move around the moon. So you would need one of these little spinners and sliders on the back of the star to make it run through the track. So these spinners and sliders, one set will allow it to spin around in a circle. The other one keeps it straight and it just goes along the track. And you can tell the difference by the line and the circle that's inside the thing there. So they're nice to have on hand so that if you want to create some movement with your cards. I thought it was RIP for rest in peace. Well, you could use it for that. Maybe if you're making a Halloween card or something, but it is intended for rip, like rip strip. But you know what? It's funny how people see things differently. Here's another example of a card with the track. So this one they've used that squiggly one. And you'll notice that Gus and Gertie are upside down because this one has a spinner on it. So they can spin right around as they move along the track, which is great if you want them to do that. So that's a fun little option. So it does create some really nice movement on your cards. And then we're going to talk about some sentiments, but I better take a drink before I start coughing. Sorry. So this is a new one. You may have seen this style before, though, because they came out with this at Christmas. And it's part of their Mini to Mighty series. And what it is a set of stamps, 3 greetings. So we have sending hugs, happy Valentine's Day, and lots, or love you lots. But you'll notice that they have the small version, so teeny tiny. Oops, move over. The medium version and the large version. So depending on what you're putting them on, they can go on different size projects. So the cards I think that are being used here are probably using the medium size, maybe the large. But here's the back. So they say the same 3 sayings, but you get them in 3 different sizes. And I love that because the size that you want to put on a tag is often different than the size that you want to put on a card front. And sometimes you want your sentiment to be bold, and sometimes you want it to just, be there as a sentiment and not a focal point. So I love this concept. And I also love for a Valentine's set that only one of them actually says the word Valentine's in it. You can send hugs for lots of reasons. And lots, love you lots can also work for lots of things. Like I would put love you lots on birthday cards for, family members or grandkids or my own children, that kind of thing. My mom, things like that. Sending hugs you can use if somebody's having a rough go or they're not feeling well, or, you just want to send them a hug in the mail. Those are great options. And again, available in all 3 sizes. And then they have dies for all 3 sizes as well. So that is fun. And then we have this set here. This is called Heart to Heart. And this is one of our tailored sets that include the stamps and the dies all in one package. So you get all of these different hearts in the form of stamps. So you've got little scallops, you've got polka dots, you've got some with stitching, you've got sort of a whimsical one or a sketched one, you've got an outline, you've got one with a little key. You also get the key, and then you also get these random hearts. And then you get dies for all of them as well, except for the itsy bitsy ones, like this set right here. There's no dies for those, but all of the other ones have dies. So you can stamp them directly onto something, or you can die cut them out and then you can use your pop dots and so on. Now you'll notice the cards that I've left up on the screenshot here. The pattern paper that's showing there was all made with these stamps. And for our calendar series people, and even if you're not part of the series, you can always watch the videos. For January's calendar page, we're actually going to be making our own patterned paper. And it's a really fun concept to learn. And sets like this are amazing. So the pattern paper that's shown on those cards was not purchased. It was actually made. So I love that. And these kinds of sets work really well for it. So that is the Heart to Heart. Do I have another sample of that? Let me just see. Oh, no, we're going to move on to something else. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's talk about this set. Oh, why do I not have my chocolate ones up there? Let's go back up. Add to stage. Oh, I know. This was to show you those sentiments again, because the sending hugs is on all of these tags, but you can see the different sizes of them. I got confused for a minute. I was like, why am I showing this? But yeah, so that's to show you the different sizes of those mini to mighty sentiments, these ones here, and how they look on different things. Although this slide is going to come into play again in a minute. So then we have this set. This is the Chocolate Factory. It's released because of Valentine's Day. But again, I don't know. I like chocolates all year round. This is the kinds of chocolates that you get in those boxes of chocolates. And we got lots of those at Christmas time, filled with treats as a thank you from our customers. I feel like we should be all sending you chocolates, but they bring us all these chocolate fun things at Christmas time. And sometimes those boxes are like mystery boxes because they don't always have diagrams to tell you what flavors each one of them is. So you bite into it and it's like a mystery. That's this kind of chocolate. So what you have in the background here are the ones with the pinking on the edges. Those are the wrappers. And then the straight ones are the actual chocolates. And then you have dies to decorate. So you can add sprinkles or icing swirls or whatever it is that you want. So all of that is included in this die set. Now, I mean, again, let's take away the chocolate part. You've got a beautiful detailed heart that you can have a layer for. You've got this shape here, sort of a rectangle with rounded corners, with one that layers. Same thing with the square and the circle. Now, again, I know they're shown as chocolates here, but you can use those pieces to stamp sentiments on and make them sentiments for your cards. So think about shapes in a different way. They don't always have to be used as they're shown. And same thing with this, like these sprinkles can be used on cupcakes that you might have dies or stamps for. You've got swirls that can be used for all kinds of different things. They kind of look like snakes. So, I mean, if you need snakes, you could go with something like that, but they can be used for other things. And I love that they all come together to make chocolates. And then there is a really nice greeting set that says Sweet Talk. And again, beautiful sentiments in a multi-font format and dies to cut them all out. So really fun options for that. So those are new. Oops, my piles are going to start falling over here. Okay, what else do we have here? So that's the chocolates. I think I have another slide. I do. Like, look at that. And you could change up your colors. I mean, these are all done in like browns and pinks, but you could make them all like monotone, like out of all different browns, and really make them look just chocolatey. And then they don't have to be for Valentine's Day at all. You could make them rainbow colored, and they could be like for birthdays and all kinds of fun things. And you don't have to use them all on one card either. You can just use a couple of them to make a statement that way. So there's lots of fun options with stamps like and dies like this. They just they do lots of great things. Oops, we're jumping ahead. Okay, so here, this is a restock. It's a sentiment set, and I used it to create this card here when I did my live. And it has lots of really bright, sunshiny type of sentiments. So very summery, but there are some great ones in here that are generic. So here's to another trip around the sun. So great for birthdays. Hello, sunshine. That can be used for lots of things. Sending you a big, warm thank you. So if you're pairing this up with summery type things, the sentiments are really awesome. So I pulled out another card that I had with another one done. So here's to another trip around the sun. So this is a birthday card, but it's really fun and summery. And it's a great way to send someone a birthday message. So this is a good one. And we did restock that. We had lots of requests for it after my live, and we fulfilled all those. So there are extras in the store. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to talk about the next slide. So Tailored is brilliant. They came up with this concept, and I just love it. So this is the original die, the Simple Tags backer die. Nope, that's the new one. The Simple Tags die. So this was a product that was released several years ago for a stencil set that is still available, by the way, at Christmas time, and to make beautiful tags. You can use these dies on their own, or you can pair it up with that original set. These just make beautiful tags. And then they came out with a backer die, which is like a shadow die for these tags. So now you can cut the tags, then cut this, and then you have a shadow piece to go behind it. Pretty smart, right? At Christmas time, they came out with this quad stencil that you're seeing right now. It creates 4 different panels, and then those panels can be cut out with this tag set to make Christmas tags. So I'm just going to flip to the next slide here, and there they are. So you make all of those tags using that one stencil, which is so great for the holiday season. Every year I say I'm going to make tags, and I don't do it because it's so labor intensive. But this is a fun way to do all of the tags. Really fun, right? My intention is to make this partway through the year so that it will probably be on one of my Sunday night things, so that I will actually have tags ready for the holiday season. So I do plan to do this, and I've seen it done in lots of different color combinations. So this one's done kind of in a rainbow format, so really bright and colorful, but I've also seen it done in really traditional Christmas colors, which is really cool as well. So that's what these are for, but now they've come out with an even more seasonal type set. They've come out with this set here. It's called Design Duo, and it is for Valentine's Day. So this is the Simple Tags Valentine's, and it creates 2 different panels that you can see in the lower corner there. And then these dies go right over top of them, and you end up with a total of 8 tags when you're done. So Angela says that she used it for her Christmas tags this year and enjoyed. Everyone loved them. I know. I can't wait to make them. I'm so excited about it. So I'll make sure I stock up on them, and then we'll do the live because you guys are all going to want them when I'm done. But this is the Valentine's version. So I'm going to just pull this up again. So this is where this slide comes into play. So these tags were created from the designs made using the stencil and then cutting them out with the dies. So these samples have the backer die. You can see that shadow in behind. The panel is white, and then they have another color underneath. It's beautiful. And again, depending on what you put on them, sending hugs. I mean, they would make beautiful tags for sweet treats or birthday gifts, that kind of thing. Hearts go all year round. It's not just for Valentine's Day. So that's what I love about investing in a few little Valentine's things, because you can get longevity throughout the year. Again, change up your color schemes and you can get some different looks. So I'll just flip to the next slide. So here's one done in all purples. I mean, they would look really cute, even on the front of cards. You can take tags and put them on the fronts of cards. I've made many layouts where I use tags as embellishments. So it's a lot of fun to play with. Now, this particular set, you'll notice the black outlines. Let me go back to the other one. No black outlines on this. They're gold, right? This one has black. That's because there is a foil it option. So you can foil this and incorporate it into your stencil design, or you can leave it the way that it is and you can stencil, or you can stencil without the black lines. And Christina I showed on a card not too long ago, I don't have it handy, a technique that I'd like to try with sets that are just stencils, to go in with a black marker and just trace around the stencil design to make it look like a stamp. Oh yeah, birthday gifts, all kinds of stuff. So I love this concept. I think it's really cool. And the stencil set works with a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So 5.5 by 8.5. And you get, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tags out of a half a sheet of paper. So it's really, really cool. And I think there are, how many, does it tell me how many stencils are in here? No. But I might be able to tell on the side. Oh, it says stencil 1. I'd like to say, oh, there's 4 stencils. So you're going to you can make it really easy and just pick a different color for each layer on the stencil. And by the time you're done, it's going to be beauty. Like, you're going to love it. So I love this concept. I like that they're expanding on it. So when you invest in these dies, there's more things to use them for. So I do know that they did a release today. It's a very beautiful floral release. We did order it. And these work with that too. So they have a tag option, which is really nice. And the tags are being incorporated into cards as well. So as well as doing it on gifts and, you know, sweet treats and all that kind of fun stuff, you can also use them on card fronts. So they are expanding on this. So that will be the fourth option that they just released today with this tag set, which is really great. And again, you don't have to have all, like, you don't have to get the backer die if you don't want to. You don't have to get the foil it options if you don't want to. They're just all there if you need them. Are the simple tags sold out? Not finding them on the site. We just got them in. Let me just see quickly. If I can put a link up, I will. I just have to pull up the website. Sorry. Nope, that's the wrong. Oh, here we go. Okay, excuse my ignorance. What is the sticky mat called that I see you use when stenciling? Well, that is called a sticky mat. And I use the one in my videos from Altenew. There's two sizes. For my lives, I generally use the 7.5 by 7.5 one, but they have a 9 by 11, I think it is. I just find the smaller ones easier when I'm doing lives, but I do like both. Okay, let me just see if I can pull this up. Simple, what's it called? Simple tags. Oh, yeah, they're there. Oh, that's the backer die. Simple tags new. Yep. So here it is. I'm just going to grab the link. Sorry, my computer goes very slow when I'm running this software. Okay, there we go. So there is a backer die as well. And if you type in simple tags, it will come up. So the link is right there. You should be able to do that. No, it's not ignorance, Sarah, and there's no dumb questions. It is just lovely. Yeah, so it's Altenew. And then the other company that makes sticky mats that we like is Waffle Flower. The 2 sizes that they have, they fit inside Misty's. So into the Misty, the original size and the mini Misty tools. Those are en route to us right now. So the backer did, but those didn't. Yeah, you know what? I think they do, Kim. They just look like they are a stamp set because they have an image in them. But yeah, and I'll give you a little hint on our website. So if you type in the word simple tags with an S and they call it tag, if you remove the S, you get more things that pop up. So in this case, it does have an S, so that wouldn't have helped, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, they have the original die, and then they have the backer die, and they pair nicely together. So that's a really great one. So we hope to be playing with these items. We just got them in, so we don't have samples yet, but it's pretty fun. Okay, what's next? Next we have no more slots. Okay, let's remove this one, and we're gonna put up. No, we're not gonna put up that. We're just gonna talk for a minute. So speaking about dies and backer dies, the simple mini strips and simple strips are very popular from Tailored Expressions as well. And this system is similar to the simple tags, where you get a die, and when you stamp out your stamp set, you lay the die over top and it cuts out everything all at once. So it is really fun to use these dies. Now they have a couple different configurations for the mini strips. They have just rectangles with a straight end like this, but they've come out with backer dies for them as well. So now not only can you cut out your strips, you can cut out shadow dies that go in behind, because we all know creating layers on your cards, each time you add an extra little something, it kind of elevates it, which is really cool. So this is the mini strips die, and this is the backer die. Okay, so this is the original. This is the one that shadows it. And then they also have that now for the mini strips flag. So this is the one with the little V on the end. And then they have a backer die for that as well. So if you haven't invested in this system yet, oh my gosh. The dies are really cool on their own too, because you can run this through your die cut machine and you end up with all of these sentiment banners. And then you can pull out sentiments from your stash that might belong to other sets and just stamp them on these. That works really well too. So I love these just on their own. And these are great too, even just with the straight ends, because sometimes you don't always want banners. You just kind of want to do whatever. So I love the dies, even if you don't have any simple strips. They're really nice to have in your stash. But then speaking of simple strips, we did stock up on a lot of them. These sets are very, very popular. We can hardly keep them in stock. They also have foil options. So again, these can be foiled, but you can use them just the way they are. Okay, they're just like this. You just put the die over top, cut them out, and it looks like you stamped black on white, which is cool. And then they also have the white on black option as well. So in these, they're in this one, they're mixed up. And this one is holidays. So it covers Easter, it covers Valentine's Day and love, it covers Christmas, and it covers Halloween. So there's sentiments in here for all of those. And then this one is the mini strips calendar. The sayings are all the same. There's 3 different sheets. They're just a little fun, and they do work for lots of different occasions. So I love those. So those are restocked. I see a question. Did the mini strips UR stamps come in? Well, let me just see. I'm not sure. I will have to check. They're not in this pile. I didn't check online, but if we are low, I will make sure that we get that ordered. Chris, if you don't mind, I know you already have a reminder for me, but if you want to email the store quick and just remind me, I would appreciate that very much. You can be my personal secretary. Chris is scheduled to pick up here on Monday. And the funny thing about me, especially right now, I always tell everybody, I have a 48-hour clock on either side of today. So if it happened within the last 48 hours, I will likely recall it. And if it's going to happen in the next 48 hours, I will likely remember. But anything outside of that scope is it's a gamble. So I need lots of reminders. And because Chris is going to come on Monday, I want to make sure that I have her package ready and I am actually here, or someone is here to give it to her. So I told her to put a reminder in her phone to remind me. So she's going to put a reminder to remind herself to remind me. Yeah. So anyways, so that's where that story comes from. But here are some of the ones. This one is called New Seasons. I want to say this one is new. Am I right? I don't know that. Okay, I don't know. But this one is a really cool one. So you've got this. It's time to shine. Cheering for you. Work hard. Be kind. Believe in your dreams. Cheers to a new year. You're an A+ in my book. You make a difference. Start strong. Finish proud. Good luck in the year ahead. Okay, so this one's not new. But like, do you see what I mean? They have a real variety of sentiments. You stamp it out one time. You lay the die over top, and you get all of the sentiment strips. It's really brilliant. So here's an Easter one. So we brought this in because Easter is coming. This is the Congrats add-ons. So this is designed to go with the word congrats. So if you've got the large congrats word, like I showed you the mega messages before, this says on your promotion, on your new home, on your retirement. So the word congrats goes in front of that. So congrats on your promotion, congrats on your new home, congrats on your retirement, and blah, blah, blah. So when you see the word add-on, generally that's what they mean. Sometimes you can use some of them. Like there's one here that says, let the adventure begin, wishing you all the best. Well, you absolutely crushed it. Those things can be used on their own, but there are some that are specific to that congrats word. We have wedding, which is always really popular. We have sympathy. Unfortunately, that's popular too. We have graduation ones. Oh, this is the new one. This is uplifting. And then this has their new font. So this one has things like you matter just because, you are loved, you are amazing, praying for you, thinking of you, you're not alone, let hope uplift you, here for you always, and holding you in my heart. So this is a fairly new one, and I really love that. Then we've got birthday. Obviously, that's a popular one. And this one is Valentine. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I did not have Valentines in my stash. I have lots of the mini strips in my stash. I didn't get this one because it's pretty specific. But then I saw some cards made with this XOXOXO. I had to have it. That was it. So I am just as bad as you guys. But see that little line of XOXOXO? I'm like, I don't have anything like that. I need it. And I mean, I'll use the other ones for sure. Like you're one in a million. I love you so much. I love you more. Like there's just some cute ones. They have a Galentine one in here. But it is pretty specific to Valentine's. But I really loved the XOXOXO one. So I love that one. So anyways, that's in as well. So those are all the mini strips. So that's, one more thing. We did restock the clean sweep tool and the replacement cleaning pads. So these are really good for cleaning stencils and stamps, as well as, what else did I see them using it for? I can't remember. But that's the main use for it. It's a really great little tool. The clean sweep tool, I don't want to open this. It's like a little hand pod thing. You just, rub it around and it's really cool. So this is a popular one. So we've restocked the tools and the pads. Okay, now we're going to go on to Concord and 9th. The pile's not quite as big. Tailored's crazy. They just have so much new stuff all the time. I'm going to bring up my new slideshow. Look at that. The first one we're going to talk about is French fries. If you guys know me, you know I love McDonald's French fries, and this looks just like that, and I just love it. I did add this one to my personal collection of stamps and dies. I think it's fun. It is coming out with their January release, which is kind of Valentine's related, but it's just so cute, and I think you can do a lot of things. You guys love fries too? I know, right? There is nothing better than going through the McDonald's drive-thru, and they hand you that bag with the really hot fries, and they're nicely salted. Oh my God, I want them right now. So this is a die that obviously makes the French fry box and the French fries. And then you do get the word fries. Let me see, what do you get? I want to read it the right way. Fry and fries. So that's the large one. And then there is a stamp set that goes with it. And all of these things kind of coordinate with it. I'm just going to flip this over so you can kind of see. You're a phenomenal friend. I only have fries for you. There's love you more than French fries. And that's saying a lot. I only have fries for you. And you're my ride or fry. So you can see how you can mix and match these things to make some pretty cute cards. I'm making you hungry. Well, you and me both, man. I kind of want to. My husband's not home for dinner tonight. Maybe I should jump in the car and go get some fries. I need some fresh air, right? Believe it or not, our little town of Elora does have a McDonald's. But anyways, so that is the new fry set. Now, this is one sample. I did grab a few because I just had to show you. Here's another one showing the fries on a different type of background. And then Christina Werner just did a card making session, and this is the card that she made. Look how realistic those fries look. And if you had like the chunky glitter, you could like put that on there to make it mimic salt. Oh yes, Amanda brings up a good point. Anybody who's in our swap group, we have a food swap coming up. So the theme of the swap is food. These French fries would be really good for that. I might just have to use them for that. So if you get teamed up with me, we might make French fry cards. Please tell me you are bringing in the new release. Yes. And the dill pickle set. I know. Who knew that dill pickles were such a popular thing? It started with the Lawn Fawn set. We under-ordered on that one because I thought, well, I don't get it. What's everybody want pickles for? It's a thing. So, yeah, I've ordered the dill pickles. They're coming. It's pretty cool. And then Kim says the plaid with the fries is an amazing name card. 100%. Yep. You can change up your color schemes and you can get a lot of mileage out of something like this. I think it's fun. And I love the punny spin. And who doesn't like French fries? It's awesome. Okay, so next up, this is another one that is just genius, I think. And it is selling fast, ladies. We're going to try to order some more with our... we're going to try to add some new ones, like more onto the release that we have in there now, but I haven't checked to see if they are available to order because sometimes these sets sell out for a little while. Joanne, did the dumpster fire set from, it's not from C9. It is from Spellbinders, the dumpster fire. We did get some. Spellbinders is now sold out and they aren't going to be back in stock until April, but we did get some. The girls just haven't put them up yet. So patience. If you have requested it, you will get notified. So there's your hint. They will be up soon. I don't think this week yet because we're still unpacking other boxes ahead of that, but early next week for sure. So yes, and this is the, it's called Fueled with Love, and it's the old-fashioned gas pumps. They're adorable. So here's just a smattering of what they look like. And here is a card with some gas pumps on it. Your friendship fuels me. Oh my gosh. Like the sentiments are so cute. You can put little smiley faces and things on the pumps. They're just awesome. Yes, the pickle one would make a good pregnancy announcement. I never thought about that, but that is cute. Okay, and then I died. The other night, Mindy Egan did a video, and she brought her classic cars in, and she added the gas pumps from Concord and 9th, which I thought was brilliant. And ta-da, like they work for so many things. And I think the gas pumps are great for masculine cards too. You know, maybe somebody gets a new, like their driver's license or a new car. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I just love that. So we do have a couple of these still in stock, but they're going quickly. And we're going to try to get more because I think it's a fun one to have around. And then this one, oh my gosh, this one is so cute. This is called the Love Games stamp set. So if you are a person who loves games, crossword puzzles, word searches, like that kind of thing, they even have the Connect, I don't know if it's called Connect 4. But anyways, such a cute set. So these are all the little elements that it creates. And then I'll show you some card samples. So there they are. Oh, tic-tac-toe was another one that they had on here. Oh, the dumpster fire from Spellbinders is in the system. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Okay, guys, the dumpster fire set is up. I don't have anything to tell you about that. If you know anything about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is a hot one for sure. Ah, did you see what I did there? But this one is so cute. There's the tic-tac-toe board. And here is the crossword. Oh my gosh. And then we have the little Connect 4 with the hearts. They're just so cute. I love what they've done with this. And yeah, so Christina, I'm with you. When I saw Mindy do the gas pumps with the cars, like if you already have these cars, the gas pumps are a no-brainer because I really think you can make some great scenes. But the cards are adorable. Like they're so fun. So that's really great. So that's the Love Games. And here's the dies that go along with that. And then you get some fun graphics on the back of that. Now this one was released a couple of years ago if you did the Scrapbooking Cards event. So now they're releasing it to everyone. And it is a very unique set. So this one is an embossing folder. And the embossing folder does that the front of the postage box. I love that, like an old-fashioned mailbox. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you've got a stamp set with all these little envelopes, fun things, postage marks. And then there is a die as well that allows you to open your mailbox and add fun things to it. So I'm going to show you all the fun things. So here is a look at some of the graphics. Could they get any cuter? Oh, Judy's putting a link in our comments for us. There's the dumpster fire. Thank you, Judy. Look at these little envelopes that you can make here. Not envelopes, little letters. And then you can see the little mailboxes. And then there's up at the top, you've got the stamped ones with the packages tied with string. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then look at this card. It does have a pop-up mechanism. So here is a card that will show that pop-up mechanism. Do you see that? So it kind of pops up there. Isn't that cute? So there's that little letter. And here's the front of the postage mailbox. I mean, it is adorable. Really, it is. But I love that card. I love with the layered letters. Tracy says she has this, so she must have done that event. Really hoping they release Christmas-themed sets to go with this. Oh, that would be amazing. We should email Concord and 9th about that. Add-ons are always great. And here's the stamp set, all stamped out. So here's a couple of cards from that event when it was released out. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's just so fun. You can do so many really cool things with this set. And, oh, that's the next one. So isn't that fun? And then I just pulled out these card sets so that you could see. But isn't that really cute? Like, just so fun. So I'm just going to go back to this and flip it over so you can see here. Oh, they don't have anything on the back of these. Well, that's too bad. But there is that Happy Mail die with the hearts. And these are the stamps. This is a one-piece stamp right here to stamp them all out. If you want them to be, oh, and then there's the little dies that cut out all these little postage pieces. Yeah, really fun set. I love it. So that is that. Oh, I'm running out of room. And then we have, I already gave you a little sneaky peek. So this one is the Limo Party Stamp and Die set. So this is a very cool card. Now, Carissa Wiley did the release videos for this. So you can go to her YouTube channel or to Concord and 9th, and you can see how they do this stretch option. So you have the dies to make a limo, along with like things like hands sticking out of the top of the limo, like so the sunroof. You've got banners, you've got balloons, all kinds of fun things. But you'll notice in the graphic, see how it's a small limo and then it stretches out to a big one? It is so cool. It's like the card unfolds. It's very, very easy to do. I watched the videos and I was like, wow, that's very simple. But you can also use it as a short card as well. You don't have to use it as a stretch. And then, of course, it's got all these great sentiments that go on the banner, and you can do fun things with it. So here is an example of the card all stretched out. You can see those two side panels will fold in to a regular size card, and then you open it to stretch it out. So the stretch limo is a really fun option. I just wanted to point out too that the banner here comes with a little stick as well, and you can use it for all kinds of things. So it doesn't have to be just this. And even some of the little hearts and things that are on here are really cute that you can use for lots of other options. So that's the limo. And then there's also an ice cream one with the same concept. So this one's called So Many Scoops. Again, you get the ice cream, you get the die to make it stretch out, and all of the fun stamps to go with it. So as you can see, when you stretch it out, your ice cream, you just add the extra scoops to make it a really tall ice cream cone. But you can also use it as just the ice cream cone itself. So here's some little things, graphics like cherries on top and sprinkles and your stamps and all the fun things that go along with it. But then you can just use the ice cream cone as well. So I love the versatility in those sets. It's really fun to see. So I think that's it for my slides. Yes, it is. Okay, let's remove that. Just a couple more sets here, and then we're going to talk about our draw and so show some inspiration. A couple more stamp sets that came in with the January release from Christina Werner. Just some beautiful sentiment sets. So this one is called Written Words, #2. And this says, so sorry for your loss, sending sunshine. With deepest sympathy, there are no words. This is a paper hug. Hang in there. You are stronger than you think, and sending good vibes. And then they do have matching dies. If you keep the packaging There is words on there that show you what each die is for, so you don't have to play the guessing game. So that's a really nice one. And then this one is Thoughts and Prayers dies with the Thoughts and Prayers mini stamps. So you've got the word thoughts and prayers that are a little bit bigger. And then you've got the two smaller ones. I'll just flip this over so you can see. You are in my and you are in our. So prayers. But then you also have the one line stamps that you can mix and match with that as well. So that is a fun one. Whew, that's a lot, right? Okay, let's do our inspiration. This won't take too long. We've got, we're finishing off the inspiration for these little sets that Tailored Expressions released that are stamp and die combination sets. So the dies come right inside. Very economical. This one is called Turtly Awesome. And here is a couple of cards sharing what they look like when they are all colored up. And you can see what the sentiments look like when they're cut out. Aren't they cute? So it's like a one and done set. Look at the jellyfish. Oh my gosh. And these little fish here. I mean, you could do so many things with those. I love the detail on the turtle. Great job, Amanda. I love the colors. They are really cute sentiments for sure. So that's those. And then the next set we have is this one here. It's the game night one. And we've got the cards, the deck of cards. That is just so cool. I just think that is really fun. And you've got poker chips. And you've got the suits. So hearts, diamonds, spades, clubs. And then you've got some really great sentiments. So these would make really great embellishments for a trip to Vegas. Like lots and lots of fun stuff. Now, this embossing folder in the background here is from Honeybee. We don't have, if we have it, we have very limited. It's called ACE, ACE. It's an embossing folder from Honeybee. So you'll have to check that out. But it's a really cute one. And this one is a shaker. So you've got your poker chips and your dice inside there and the cards. I just love the cards. I think that is so fun. Hope your day is stacked with luck and laughter. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like you can totally use this as an embellishment set for a trip to Vegas. Like totally. And if you're going with other people, it'd be fun to send them cards either ahead of the trip or after the trip, you know, be a fun way to use it up. And then my personal favorite is the fast track. So we've got the race cars. In this set, you get the checkered flags and then you get some really great sentiments and then the two cars. So I'll talk about the other elements in a minute. But there's the race cars and the checkered flags. And then look at that set, the sentiment. Get ready, get set, go. Like the go is like racing. It's really fun. And I love this too. This sentiment includes the checkered flag in the sentiment itself. So I love that. And then here's another one with the cars on the track. I mean, the checkered flag is amazing. And then here's one more. And these race cars would be really cool with that movement set that I talked about before, the curvy track and the spinners and sliders. So you could make your race cars move. Now, there are some supporting products that are used here that are older. We may or may not have them in stock. I'm not sure. This one might be in stock. This is the mini slim wavy stripe cutting plate. So that gives you the roads on this one and great for mini slim cards for sure. So that is that. We've showed this before. This is a set that was brought out a while back. It's from the Around the Town series. These stencils are 4 individual panels, and that is what's used in the background here to create the road. Look, and then this is the die called Winding Road that goes through with the cars. So we may or may not have these in stock, but you can request for sure. And we can definitely order them in. And then this is the wavy check stamp set, which is shown in the background in these two sections here. So if you're looking for a really great checkered flag kind of background, that's a good one. And oh, here's the embossing folder that was used on those Vegas cards. So that's a fun one. Okay, so that's that. And again, that's called Fast Track. So really great for kids' birthday cards and things like that. Or if you know somebody who races RC cars, you know, you could send her a card. And then this one, a little more grown up. This one is the Delicate Daisy. So you get 2 different florals with matching dies and then these beautiful sentiments. So here is a slimline card, mini slim. And then I'll just hold that up so you can see what the sentiment looks like. You belong among wildflowers. And again, your flowers can be colored in any color palette that you want. And look at that cute little hello stamp. I love that. So that's what that set looks like. Pretty fun, right? Okay, now we're going to talk about the giveaway. You guys ready? So these are exclusive freebies from Tailored Expressions. I'm going to try to keep up with giving these things away this year. So if you order direct with Tailored Expressions, you get, they have a little freebie with each order that you place. And we order a lot for our customers. So we get these, and I mean, we can only use so many. So we like to pass them along to you. And then sometimes they have promotions where there's a monthly giveaway. So we have that too. So we're going to give away 3 winners today. Okay. So I have my card already set up here. So I'm going to show you. So the freebie that you get when you order direct from them, it's just a little stamp set. But this year they're doing critters. And this time around, it is a little turtle stamp. Here's the first one. Okay. And I've got 2 to give away. And then there's also a little sticker that comes with it that you're supposed to put on these cards so that you know what your stamps are. So the sticker's included in there as well. So you can see that little, that'll tell you what your stamp is. It's a little turtle. They're so cute. So we're going to get that. Now, these will be available to order eventually. They usually run the year, and then they'll release them next year. And then you can buy the whole set or mix and match 1 or 2 or whatever. So don't panic about placing orders across the border, because to get this stamp for free, it won't be free by the time you're done. Trust me. So we will look after you. You just have to be patient. So, and then you can possibly get them in the giveaway. So anytime I get them, I'm going to be giving them away. So we have 2 of the turtles up for grabs. And then this is another little stencil that they gave away in January. And it's a layering stencil. It's called Sweetheart Blooms. And there are 5 little stencils that create this heart-shaped floral bloom. So I'm going to give that away to another winner. Okay. So winner 1, winner 2, winner 3. So winner 3 is going to get the stencil. The first 2 winners are going to get this. How do you get them? You need to order product from us. So I'm gonna leave it a little open because sometimes if the product that we show is very specific, like only to 1 or 2 companies, it's hard for me to say you have to buy something that you saw on the live. But what you do have to do, you can shop from our store and buy anything. But it has to, in the comments of your order, you have to say that you saw the live. So live stream, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, love your live, whatever you want to say, that has to be in the comments. If it's not in the comments, you don't get added to the draw. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll give you until tomorrow at midnight, and then I'll post the winner. What day is today? Thursday. I'm going to post the winner on Saturday. Okay. So Saturday morning, I'll post the winner, and then we will put these in your boxes. If you don't have a box started, we'll start a box for you. Okay. So put in your order and make sure you put in the comments live stream, whatever. And then we will add your name into the draw. Okay. And then just check our Facebook page. We put everything in the wheel of names and we just do a random draw. And then I take a picture of it and we post it. So that's how we do it. And I will give you until Friday night at midnight. So then I'll post the winners on Saturday. So if you're a really late night shopper, like Friday after midnight, like 2, 3 in the morning, our register actually cuts off at midnight. So if you try to squeak your order in, it won't work because I only look at the register for Friday, like so for today and tomorrow. So I don't capture you. You have to get your orders in before midnight. Okay. So those are the rules. Thank you so much for joining in. I love doing these lives. I love sharing all the new products with you guys, and we will see you again soon.